Lord have mercy, looking down from heaven. Whoa, the fool has said within his heart, there is no God. Right from the start, a broken creed from a broken soul, a story that is centuries old. He builds his life on his own design, ignoring every holy sign. He walks in pride, he stands up tall, not knowing that he's about to fall.
Of his days. Oh, that salvation would come out of Zion, a hope for all the world, a brand new horizon. When he brings back his people from their captive ways, then Israel will be glad for the rest of his days.
Corrupt are they, their deeds are vile, living in a state of self-denial. Abominable iniquity is all their blinded eyes can see, and there is none who does what's good. Not a single one has understood. They've turned their back on what is right and chosen darkness over light.
Oh, that salvation would come out of Zion, the promise of our God that we are relying on. When he brings back his people from their captive ways, then Jacob will rejoice for the rest of his days. Oh, that salvation would come out of Zion, a hope for all the world, a brand new horizon. When he brings back his people from their captive ways, then Israel will be glad for the rest of his days.
God looked down from heaven's view upon the children, me and you. He looked to see if there was one beneath the cold and distant sun who understood and sought his face, who lived by faith and walked in grace. He searched the earth, he searched each heart, looking for a brand new start. When he brings back from the captive ways,
We'll rejoice
for the rest.
oh, that salvation, a brand new horizon. When he brings back his
When he brings back
people
from the captive ways,
will be glad for the rest of his days.
but every one of them is turned aside, with nowhere left to run or hide. They have together become corrupt, their holy purpose interrupt. There is none who does what's good and right. No one's walking in the light. There is none for God's for love and word. You then it's that the fallen star.
Oh, that salvation would come out of Zion, the promise of our God that we are
Lying
When
on,
he leads back his people from their captive ways,
then Jacob will rejoice for the rest of his days.
all that salvation will come out of a brand new horizon. When he brings back his people
When he brings
from their
big
captive
from the captive
ways,
ways,
Israel will be glad for the rest of his days.
have the workers of
Of nothing. These foolish, proud, and calculating men who eat up all my people as they eat their bread,
and live as if the words of God were never said. They never call upon the Lord.
they never been a need
They're living for themselves,
for all the world to see.
they feast upon the broken, they profit from the pain, for temporary fleeting and corrupted gain.
All that salvation which come out of Zion, the promise of all that we will leave back his people, let captive wait. Easy Jacob will redeem the rest of his soul.
Rest of
That salvation which come out of
Zion,
Zion, a brand new horizon, brings back his
when he brings back
and captive
from their captive ways.
Sir will be glad for the rest of his days.
There they were in great fear, where no fear was before. A terror they had never, ever felt down to the core. A sudden supernatural dread, a holy awesome fright, when the God of heaven stepped in the middle of the night. He came to fight the battle for his people in their need, to plant a righteous harvest from a single faithful seed. The proud were filled with terror, the mighty filled with dread, when the God of life himself stood up among the dead.
All that salvation will come out of Zion, the promise of our God, that we will leave back his people, let captive ways. Then Jacob will rejoice for the rest of his. All that salvation would come out of Zion, a hope for all the world, a brand new horizon. Leave back his
When he brings back
captive
from their captive ways.
Israel will be glad for the rest of his days.
But there they were in great fear, where no fear was before. A terror they had never, ever felt down to the core. A sudden supernatural dread, a holy awesome fright, when the God of heaven stepped into the middle of the night. He came to fight the battle for his people in their need, to plant a righteous harvest from a single faithful seed. The proud were filled with terror, the mighty filled with dread, when the God of life himself stood up among the dead.
All that salvation would come out of Zion, the promise of our God, that we are relying on his way. And Jacob will rejoice.
Oh, that
Salvation would come out of Zion,
a hope for all the world,
a brand new horizon.
horizon,
He's back his
when he brings back
and captive
from their captive ways.
Israel will be glad for the rest of his days.
Oh, for God has scattered all the bones of him who fights with you. The God of heaven broke
The enemy into
You have put them all to shame. Their power is denied, because the Lord himself
has despised their foolish pride.
their siege is broken and their victory is gone. A brand new day of freedom is about to finally dawn. Their threats are only echoes of a battle that is done, because our God has already completely, truly won.
All that salvation would come out of Zion, promise of our
crying out for that day to come, to hear the final trumpet and the beating of the drum. My heart is longing for the world to finally see the joy that comes when you, Lord, have set the captives free. So let that day of restoration hurry and appear, and wash away the sorrow and wipe away the tear. I'm waiting for that promise, I'm waiting for the sound, when the feet of our salvation touch this holy ground. Oh yeah,
For we shall rejoice,
Israel shall be glad, oh rejoicing.
for we shall be glad.